Good morning, my name is Adrian from Jabroni TV, back at it again with another in-depth review of all the weekend's action, all the little details you may have missed from all across Europe. Now, if you're new around here and this all sounds very interesting to you so far, why not hit that subscribe button? But other than that, let's get it. Now this could be a recurring segment within the show, as I want to do something to highlight matches that you may not have watched but were extremely entertaining. And this week, we'll start in Spain, as Atletico Madrid only managed a draw against newly promoted Girona. You know, those dudes that are affiliated with Manchester City. Now what made this match so interesting? Well, 25 minutes into it, Girona were 2-0 up. Now if we jump ahead to the 67th minute, that's when things started to get really spicy, as Antoine Griezmann got himself booked for diving. Now, instead of just walking away, he let his frustrations get to him and he told the ref that he was a bottler. You can't do that. That doesn't help your case, man. And it got him sent off. Second yellow in the same minute. So despite Griezmann being gone, his teammates managed to get a goal to make it 2-1 in the 78th minute. 6 minutes later, Jimenez scores to make it 2-2. Damn. What a match. Match of the weekend? I personally think so, but you guys tell me. What was your match of the weekend? But anyway, their Madrid rivals did some impressive shit as well, as they beat Deportivo La Coruña 3-0 away, and Gareth Bale got their first match of the game and subsequently their first match of the season, making it 3 seasons in a row where Gareth Bale has scored Real Madrid's first goal of the La Liga season. The second goal was something that any manager would proudly watch unfold. All 11 players on the pitch touched the ball, and across 107 seconds for almost 2 minutes of football, they completed 44 passes before Casemiro slotted in Marcelo's inch-perfect low cross. Those 44 passes are the most completed passes in the build-up to a goal in La Liga since the 05-06 season. We're talking the Dino era. Speaking of proud managers, we gotta give it up to Zidane again, as he's now won 7 trophies with the Spanish Super Cup. I'm a little late on this guy, sorry. And 7 is the same amount of defeats he's suffered as a coach. That's nothing. Those 7 trophies also put him in 3rd place for the number of trophies won by a Real Madrid manager, tied with Vicente del Bosque. Despite Zidane having managed 155 less matches than Del Bosque, that Zidane dude has a pretty decent footballing brain, if you ask me. And in England, Tottenham's Wembley nightmare continued as they failed yet again to get a decent result at what will be their home turf for this season. That's a pretty different story from last season, where they didn't lose a single match at White Hart Lane. The record in their last 10 Wembley appearances is a pitiful 1 win, 1 draw, and 8 losses, with only 10 scored and 21 against. In fact, their top scorer at the new Wembley Stadium is in fact the own goal, as Michy's own goal was the 5th in favor of Tottenham at Wembley. Another terrible record is Harry Kane's goal-scoring record in August, as he's now 0 for 12 August appearances. Not a single goal in 12 August appearances. That's crazy. Slow starter. He came close though, as he hit the post. In fact, Tottenham have hit the post more than any other team in the Premier League since last August, as they've hit it 24 times, which makes you wonder, had at least half of those gone in, how differently their season would have been last year. Another not so great stat that Harry Kane unfortunately is the leader of is the number of shots he's had in the Premier League this season. 14. With 0 goals. But he's not the only one, as Chamberlain has 9 shots with no goals and Rashford and Redmond have 8 apiece. So you add up all these guys' shots together and you get 0 goals. Come on, guys. Marcos Alonso, on the other hand, the undisputed MVP of this match, scored 2 goals, 100% shot accuracy, 100% tackles won, and 100% of take-ons completed. What a don. In fact, he scored more Premier League goals in 2017 than Diego Costa has for Chelsea. Well, I should say had. It's looking like this poor form for Tottenham could continue, and they could be one of the few teams whom I predicted their final position correctly. Huddersfield, on the other hand, will be a team who I got massively wrong in my predictions video if they can continue with this form, as they picked up another win in the Premier League against fellow promotees Newcastle United. So they've had 2 wins, 2 clean sheets, and Aaron Mui is looking like a class signing for them, just as subscriber Jack Wivell said he would be, so shout out to Jack. Great call so far. Don't get ahead of yourself, buddy. We're 2 games into it. No, but honestly, I think you're going to be right, Jack. Mui added a goal against Newcastle to the assist that he picked up in their win against Crystal Palace in match day 1. Also, their win at home against Newcastle was their first home win in the top flight since 1971, which is a few days after manager David Wagner was born. Well, more like a month or two after. But regardless, as it stands, Huddersfield are the first team ever in the Premier League era to win both of their opening 2 matches. Wow. That's a weak stat. Alright, I don't want to talk about the Premier League for the entirety of this episode, as I know I've got people from all around Europe that watch this weekend review, so let's speed it up here. From Wagner to Wenger, and his Arsenal side had a bit of a tough time at the Potters this weekend, despite having a record high possession of 77.3%, which they last attained in their invincible season, in which they went undefeated in all 38 matches. Speaking of 38, that's how many Premier League goals Javier Hernandez has scored, and 100% of them have come from inside the box. Inside his own box for West Ham, Joe Hart has had a terrible time lately, as he hasn't had a single clean sheet in 12 league matches. That's also counting his time for Torino, as his last clean sheet was in March for the aforementioned club, and he's conceded 27 goals in that time. One last thing I forgot to say is we gotta give a quick shout out to Manchester United, who scored 4 goals in their first 2 Premier League matches, or top flight matches in this case, for the first time since the 1907-1908 season. That was 110 years ago. They've also kept more clean sheets in the Premier League in 2017 than any other team, with 12. Alright, to France. As Neymar has had a hand in 6 of PSG's last 14 Ligue 1 goals, as in their last match he registered 2 goals, and another assist in PSG's victory over Toulouse. By the way, Toulouse works on an annual operating budget of 32 million euros per year, so that's, well, it's quite a few years of Neymar, as he's costing PSG quite a bit more than that. So just how good has Neymar been for the Paris Giants in the 2 matches he's played in? Well, he's participated in 180 minutes of football, has scored 3 goals, has the same number of assists, has created 14 chances, and has 24 successful take-ons under his belt already. By the way, the most take-ons completed in a single Ligue 1 game last season was 10, and Neymar has beaten that in both of his matches already. In fact, only one other player has managed 13 successful dribbles since 2009. So it's safe to say he's in good form, and it's also safe to say that the Ligue 1 defense isn't quite up to snuff. I mean, this is impressive from Neymar, but come on. I'll link to the goal that he scored in the description or in the comment section, or I'll link to it somewhere. Another team that dominated their opposition this weekend was the new look AC Milan, who defeated Crotone 3-0 thanks to goals from Frank Kessié, Suso, and Patrick Cutrone. That is a commentator's nightmare, Cutrone against Crotone. Well, it would be for me at least. In fact, both Milan teams had a great opening weekend as Inter defeated Fiorentina 3-0. And we got a nice little reminder as to why Ivan Perisic was so sought after for Manchester United, and namely Jose Mourinho. He's been involved in 6 of Inter's last 11 goals, providing 2 of his own and 4 assists. Icardi, on the other hand, managed to brace against Fiorentina, taking his tally against them to 5 in the last 2 matches. What a headache for them, and honestly, why didn't any other clubs at least try to pick up Icardi from Inter Milan this summer? I guess they gave the mega hands off. But to me, it's just weird. History's mysteries, my man. But hey, which Milan club do you guys think will finish higher in the standings this season? Will it be Inter, with a super experienced manager in Luciano Spalletti, or the new look AC Milan, who is flying right now? Comment below, y'all, but this ain't comments below. I ain't no poet or Vianage. And that will just about do it for this episode, you guys. I hope that you enjoyed it, and if you did, hit that like button. I will see you guys next on Friday for a confirmed transfers on a Friday. It will feel good to comb through that tabloid bullshit and see if I can find any gems for you guys. I know I'm fired up for it, and you should be too. All right, thanks so much for watching, guys. I'm Adrian, as you know, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.